the shifter bushing has been changed. You can now, there's no more up and down play unless I want it to be up and down. You're gonna remove these two bolts right there. After you remove the shift boot, which just involves pulling up. So once you remove this from the slot, you'll see how much play there is in it. So remember the orientation. The lip faces down. 1 rubber dampener. 2 rubber dampeners. And now we're going to tidy up these 3 pieces. Here's the new thing. Like that. Okay, so step 1. This is just soap, water, thickener. Tidy up these seals. And we're going to lubricate everything. 1, 2. Here's our plate. 2 seals, and our new gasket. This is some special grease from Honda. I mean, I know this is an Audi, but this company stopped supplying the grease with this kit. They said it's a dealer-only item. So you need some really good, high-strength grease that's going to maintain for a long time. So this is used on the inside of a release bearing on a clutch, which means it's good for a long time. So we're going to lubricate every point here and just load it on. You're only supposed to use a little bit of this stuff. Just, I'm being very liberal with it. Okay, there's one. So now we're going to lubricate this, the inside portion where the ball rides. We're going to lubricate the whole thing. We do not want to come back in here again to lubricate anything else. So here we go. Okay, so now these seals, see how there's a ridge there? They face down and they clip on here. This one, here's the second one, same idea. Now this slides up like that. Okay, good. Okay, so now we know. So this goes on like this. This slides down, and there we are. Oh. All right, guys. So here's the shifter repaired. No up and down movement. There's first, second. So to go in reverse, down. So everything is now working properly. Whereas before, it didn't work at all. So now, put some extra grease in there. So we got lots of grease in there. So this will work its way in. I already did the back side. So it's very simple to remove this section here without the rod. You don't need to embrace the rod to replace this seal. So you get a pair of C-clip pliers like this, and you're gonna, well, first you got to take away this spring. So there's a small clip there, right there. So you're gonna need a small pair of pliers like this. You open that C-clip up, this spring will force its way up, remove it. Then you get a big pair of pliers like so, and you remove this spring like by squeezing it in. So you're gonna go inwards and this spring will come out. Then this part will be out. This whole thing will just slide up, and you'll see it only has one orientation. And then you can replace your ball and socket like I did on the bench. And then once you put it back in, just put this metal brass washer in backwards and it'll fit. And then after that, you're gonna slide this spring back on, this C-clip back on, down, compressed in, it locks. Then with this one, it's a little tricky. You kind of just want to push it down as far as you can. Grab your C-clip, slide it down, and as you're sliding your C-clip down, just get a pair of pliers like so and push it down as you pull up on the assembly. And you'll see what I mean when I do it. It's hard to show while recording. And then you should be done. So here is the completed. So now we'll just remove the radio and I'll show you how it goes in completed. So the radio is removed. Okay, so here's our AC radios out, just to show how this thing goes back in, but it has an order. So first thing is this. It slides in here like that. Your little light plugs in over there. Let's get that light plugged in. Plug this in, I guess. Plug it in first and then slide it in its slot. Okay, and before even that, you get your plate that you removed, and it even says front of car, has an arrow. This slides back down in here. And before we do that, we should vacuum all the garbage that's down there. Okay, so let's find the orientation. Faces forward. 2 nuts. 1. This is like sound dampening. To me, it seems like, anyways. Doesn't need to be too tight. 2. Now, this will slide in there. And then there should be 2 screws that go here, but we don't even need to put those in yet. Climate control can go in next. That's in. Everything works. Okay, the next step is the radio. Pull the shifter back. Just plug everything in the same way it came. All the radio stuff's plugged in. And your radio slides way back. Oh, first thing you gotta do before you remove the radio is you gotta pull your keys. To pull the keys, as I mentioned in a previous video, there's 2 tabs on the side. Push the tabs to remove the keys. And now we should be done with this whole area of the car. Now complete. Minus the 2 screws that go right here, which we will obviously put in right now. Okay. All your screws are tightened. Everything works. Your shifter. Remember, when you do remove these shifters, these little tabs come out. So you just gotta put them back on. Just like so. That's it. Now your shifter should be ready to go back in. Find the orientation. Okay. There we go. And there is my completed center console assembly. Everything's been cleaned out. The shifter bushing has been changed. You can now, there's no more up and down play unless I want it to be up and down. Reverse, forward, back, left, right. Beautiful. Coin holder repaired. Pretty much this center console is ready to go. Radio works. Beautiful. So, thanks for watching a video on a bunch of little things we repaired on the car. The main one being this shifter that went up and down and had all this play. The shifter would actually pop out when you tried to go in reverse because you couldn't press down. So there, now it's repaired for $89. I'll show you guys the part number for this part. You can't even get it from Audi anymore. It was sent a European shop here in my local town. Had to order it from Germany. It took 3 weeks to come. I'll show you. For anyone looking to replace the seat back on these vehicles, it's very simple. It looks complicated, like it won't pop out. Once you do this, slide it to the side. This side to this side. And it'll pop right out. As you can see, the way it connects. Is these hooks here sit down in here, and then these hooks are like one-time use, but I'll show you guys how to reuse them. You can see, look how damaged that clip is. This one is actually dented, so I got some from the scrapyard. I'll show you guys those now. So to remove these without damaging them, you're gonna press them here, kind of in and out. They have these locking tabs. And I'll show you guys how to fix those up after. So you're gonna depress it, kind of go back and forth. And then I'll show you guys how to fix these up. So grab a screwdriver. You're gonna slide your screwdriver inside until, and you want to kind of like there, you want it like this. Once you do that, you want to depress this, and now it's ready for reuse. You want it to look like that. Slide it on like this. Also, if these are bent, you want to straighten them out as best as you can. Okay, there's two. Number three, you could go and buy new ones, but I mean, they're already there. See that one? So you want to do that, and you just want to straighten these out best as you can. Okay. As you can see, my replacement panel doesn't have the backing, so you know I didn't really realize that until I got it. But honestly, it looks cleaner this way. It has a couple of markings, but this one has a dent in it, so I'm gonna go with this one. And to put these knobs in, you're just gonna slide them on here like this. Three. When you come down here, you're gonna slide your bottom anchors right down there and center it as best as you can. Press it down, and then you just line up. You just want to line up each tab with, there's a hole that corresponds to it. There's a hole behind there. You're going to line up each tab with each hole. As you line them up, that's it. Everything's crispy now. Alright, so now we're done. That is how you replace the seat backs on these, and they do tend to get damaged from kids. I know it's not this piece, but look, there's a dent here. This is ripped. Like, it just looks, it looks bad here. That one looks much cleaner. Alright guys, thanks for watching. That's another piece of the car that you can replace and how to do it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content and hit that like button, please.